All right, all right, all right. 1 second. Let's get this sorted out first. Okay. How is everyone doing today? Let me just make sure that everything is running and rocking and rolling. See what's going on right now. Yeah, that's rocking and rolling. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Trying something a bit different. I'm actually going through full blown OBS right now. I want to know what you guys are actually thinking. Does this sound better? Does this look better? What are we rocking and rolling right now? Can you guys see me on X? I want to know if people are seeing me on X at this present moment. What is how is everything going on that side? Ah, we have X as well, right? We have X that's going on. Fantastic. Good. Good, 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 good. We're getting some movement. Is everything clear? Is my voice coming in clearer? Is everything all good on that side? I want to make sure that everything looks a bit good from here so we can get a few things. I can see and hear you. Perfect, 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 perfect. Right, okay, so look, I'm going to be doing a bit of this type of thing for the time being because there is a full blown hacker that is having a field day at this present moment. Like, full blown field day that is not in a good place. Like, he's affecting everyone, he's talking to everyone. Everyone is being a whole bunch of crap is going on at this present moment, and he is and TikTok's not doing anything. Absolutely nothing. Nothing's being done, nothing's being sorted out, and until that time I'm going to be doing my best to grow this side of everything and move from there. I can hear the chair is creaking too much. Is it creaking too much? I think the because I'm on OBS, I have excellent, excellent mic. You can actually hear the mic properly right now. Is the mic working quite well as well? Sorry, I'm just doing a lot of things on that side to make sure that everything is going well on that side. Hello, evening. Hello, Lee. Hello, Lee D. How's everything going on that side? Is this okay? I want your honest opinion. Do you think it's a nice little sort of compromise on TikTok for the time being? I'm curious what everyone thinks on that side. What is the X looking like? 1 second. How's my X looking? Can I see myself on X? Oh yeah, I can see myself on X. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Right, now, on today's show, I'm going to be going through a full spectrum of the graphs to see what is going on that side. Actually, let me put this here so you guys can see yourself. Waha! Can you see yourself? There we go. There we go. Can you guys see your own conversations? There we go. Love the pillows. I know, right? You know who gave that to me? My niece gave that to me. How sweet is that? She was so sweet. Honestly, I almost melted when she told me about it. I was like, "Hello, Gus. How are you doing?" I almost literally melted. I was like, "Nah, you just." And she's like, "I watch you every evening. I want to like I want to. Can you put these up so you can so they can see that I bought you something?" And I was like, you're too much. Where did the chat go? Why did the chat disappear? There you go. Aha! You're back. Yeah. It was too sweet. Super duper sweet. I didn't know what to do with myself. Yeah. So all that jazz. Let me just move this here like that. 1 second, so I can get you guys. Bear with me. There we go. Put that there. Ah, yeah. Wait, no, wait. Ah, yeah. I can hear the chair is creaking too much. Fantastic. Good afternoon, Rose Red. Love the pillow. So that's the situation with the pillows. Why are you moving? No. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah? You know what? Whatever. I'll just leave on this side. I guess you guys aren't going to see your chat for some reason. It doesn't allow me to do that. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. Oh, wait. Can I do that? Can I do that? Are you loving this amazing, interesting way that I'm doing? Whoosh, whoosh. I don't know why it's not. When whatever. Okay, cool. Look, that's the thing. Uh, what's the bottom chart called with the red dots and the green dots? Been looking for it on TV. Yeah, this I can give this to you, but this is with money. This costs. I can give this. This normally costs $1,500. I think at the time I looked, sometimes it goes up to $3,000. This is a Cypher B. Was the sound better on TT or something wrong with my end? Why is my sound not good? 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. What? 1 second. I think I have an idea what was going on. 1 second. One second. Let me see something. Can I? Oh wait, I don't think the mic is attached. 1 second. That's why. That's why you can't hear me. 1 second. 1 second. How do I? No issues with the sound on YouTube so far. But is it deep sound or is it you just hearing me like it's a? 1 second. I think I have an idea. I think this is what I need to do. Yeah, there we go. Okay. 1 second. How do I? Sounds good to me. Is it my mic though? 1 second. Oh yeah, it is. It is the mic. Okay, cool. Fantastic. We don't need to. I think it's on your end. I think it's the mic that's people are not saying. Yeah, it sounds like Okay, it's the mic. Okay, cool. Let me just get rid of this thing. Sorry about this. There we go. All right, cool. Bad echo now. Can you hear it now? I got rid of something. Do you love it? Hey, it's gonna get better, all right? Just give me a break. It's gonna get better. Sounds like a robot, but understandable. Wait, what do you mean it sounds like a robot, but it's understandable? Good now. That's awful now, low. What? Why is it good on one side and not good on the other? What's happening? It's fine. Better. Is it better? Now this echoes. Just stop. What is going on? Don't mess with me, man. 1 second. I got an idea. 1 second. I think I have an I know what's going on. 1 second. 1 second. All right, that's good. So why am I? Is it good now? Have you mastered the tracking on the Betamax yet? Yeah, I that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to. Hey, Peachy, I'm trying to master the. Shut up, honestly. There we go. Is that better? I think I've done it. Is that good? Are we good? Yeah, okay, I think that's cool. Perfect now. Yeah, all right, okay, I've done it. What was going on, it was that it was taking it from the camera and my mic at the same time. That's probably why it was echoing. Still good hit. Mine was always good. I hate the audio. I'm only staying because I like the pillars. Wow. What, you hate the audio? Is the audio that bad? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus. Oh my God. You guys are just relentless. I'm trying to sort out stuff here. And you're like, no. Troll is the way I will go forward from now on. All right, is everything good now? Can everyone at least agree on that? You are muted, Dad. Don't even start with me. Am I muted? don't even go there. Peachy, for me the audio is perfect. Thank you so much, Peachy. I'm not muted, right? I'm not muted. You guys aren't hurting my feelings right now. I feel like you're hurting my feelings right now. all good now. It's still staking a row and going to pump some more. I will be getting to that very, very quickly, right? I'm not too sure about that. But I think of it this way. I'm so look. I had a really good chat with a professor of mine, right? Really good professor of mine. He's in actually econometrics. He's made a ton of money, and he's one of those guys that has made a ton of money, but doesn't actually utilize it. He still wears socks and sandals and drives a Renault Megane. It's a really funny thing, right? But what's really interesting, and this is where the really cool thing is going on, is that I had a meet up with him. I meet him like a couple of times a year because he was one of those genius type of guys, right? And we came to chatting about crypto and Bitcoin, and he's kind of for it and also kind of not for it, and he just gave me his thoughts on everything else, and the conversation between M2 money supply came out, and wow, did he blow my mind. He blew my mind. I was like, that is absolutely incredible. And I'm kind of glad I'm doing it here. So there's none of those TikTok guys. Oh, by the way, another thing about TikTok, right? I need you guys to do something. For me to go live on TikTok, and I want everyone to understand this. For me to go live on TikTok, right? I will only be doing it from my alt account, right? So I need to get this account, right? Crypto Alvarez, to 1,000. Because the hacker is full blown attacking my my other account. So if we can get this to oh, fucking bloody hell. If we can get this to 1,000, then I'll start streaming on the TikTok as well. I'm not gonna be streaming on my other one because the moment I stream there, main question, where's Lamar? Well, he doesn't know I'm on because he doesn't like to follow anything. If you guys can post it on the Fat Cat and all the other things to get people on here. What was I saying? Yeah, if I can get this to 1,000, then I'll start streaming on TikTok. I will not stream on the other one because he's already attacking. He's put 5 further strikes onto my higher pirate. Yeah. He's already put 5 other strikes onto my normal account, and I'm fighting at the moment. But what is really interesting, right? And I want everyone to understand this fact. I am currently, I've got in touch with the higher ends on TikTok finally, right? The quickest way to get to 1,000 is to go to on other lives and let all those bots follow you. Right? It will be like 1,000 of me. It'll be 1,000 of me following each other. But yeah, like if you can go to Crypto Alvarez, right? I can see the mark here. Why am I not getting what? There's 300 people here. No, 200 people. Why is there 108 there, but 200 here? Can someone explain this to me? Why is this not ticking up? Can someone explain that? Anyway, whatever. That's the situation there. That's the only way I'm going to be doing it. I won't do it because if I stream there, he'll start. It's easier for him to ban me if I'm on my live. So it is the way it is. It's going to go like this for a while, and then we will go from there. Right. Let's get into the swing of things and find out what is going on, what the best way forward is, and how we're going to be seeing, and what my professor told me that makes me want to buy a lot more right now. It makes me want to buy a lot more. And it is a combination between M2 money supply, between money markets, and the Fed. That triple whammy that's there is going to be the next. It's going to be insane. This is the only way I can describe it. It's going to be full-blown insanity that's coming on another level that I can only imagine to where this thing is going to be going. Genuinely. Should be 109 when I follow just now. Thank you. I do like the way I have over 1,000 followers like that. Yeah, no problem. Patrick, I do like the way you're like, all right, I wasn't going to follow, but now I'm going to Thank you, bruv. I appreciate it. Wait, how can I don't know how this works. Whatever, it's all good. Oh, that worked. Oh, that worked. That was cool. All right, awesome. Cool. That's that situation. Now, if we get into Bitcoin as we see right now, where we are at this current moment, we're in a bit of an interesting place, right? We're in a really, really interesting place. We seem to be continuing up. We've had a bit of a rejection of this trend line. I actually put it into the pro group. I said that around here, watch this space here. A rejection from that moment is possible, and we got that pulling down to this key area, which could most probably come and tap. The 106.3 again. We'll see. But I am expecting this to continue up as we go forward. I really do expect this to Delta 9 going. I expect this to move up as we go, touch this area and continue up. It could. The reason why I say it could come down to here is that if we look at the liquidation maps, right? If we look at the liquidation maps, we see that there is a nice chunk of liquidity building up around the 106.200. It's amazing how I said 106.3, but it's at 106.200, between 2 and 3. Possibly it could wick down to 106. So that liquidation is levels are sitting there. So we could see a push down to that level. But the other part is 109. It is expanding, so which means that it's coming to a place where Bitcoin could see a expansionary stage after it comes down and hits that 106,000 level. Now, what's really important, and this is really, really key at this moment, is that the way that the market is moving as we see it, I am more and more Bitcoin dominance. I'm going to come to Bitcoin dominance in a second. The more I am seeing what's happening in the market, the more I feel that this thing is going to do something on the level of this, right? If what my professor comes to fruition, what he said comes to fruition, I hope the market makers rather ease the shorts. Yeah, we will see. If what my professor states and it comes to fruition, it's going to be insane. The amount of money that's going to be coming into risk on assets, and most probably the SPX, right, is going to be spectacular. Now, I will come back to this. But again, remember last time I said, what we need to look and focus in on is the S&P 500 here wholeheartedly. This is the number one thing to look for, right? Because at this present moment, SPX is doing an SR flip from its previous all-time high. It is broken all-time high, and it's looking like it's finding support at that level. This thing is going to continue up, right? This is going up. I believe that this thing is going to only go up more and more and more. And I think I'm kind of limiting myself at this level here. Because if it breaks this level, which it possibly can, I have a feeling it might break this level. We could see some spectacular moves in a lot of markets. A lot. What is what is no? Oh no, it's SPX. SPX is S&P 500. It's the 500 biggest companies in the US in one index. It's basically the barometer of the US economy, right? And in essence, everything runs off the Magnificent Seven. So like, Facebook and Nvidia and Tesla and all those big companies are within this cycle. It's 500 of the most valuable stocks in the USA, and it changes and moves around apart from the Magnificent Seven, which kind of like stays there for forever because they're so valuable. Now, from what I'm seeing and what's going on at this present moment, right? And if we look at them on the monthly. If we look at on the monthly, right, we're seeing an engulfing candle above its previous high. That there is serious price action, real serious price action, right? And if we look at the 1 second, and if we see this. RSI bearish divergence on the monthly, it looks like it's about to break through. These movements after it breaks through can be astronomical. And what's really interesting, right? If you want to know where this can go, if you want to know where this can go, if we draw the fib, is it this way? No, wrong way. Sorry, it's been a long day. If you draw the fib, $7,800. I tried buying real one. Oh, it wouldn't allow me to. Okay, I've got some of that ETF that's like the same, right? Yes, yeah, kind of. Yeah, you can get an ETF. Um, uh, Make sure that the fees are okay on those, because it can stack up. Now, if we look at if you draw the fib on the S&P 500, and by the way, look, this is on the monthlies, right? So to here, and I'm gonna give you an example of where it could go. That's 7,814. And with what I'm going to tell you in a second, once I go through all of these things, and I'm going to explain to you my theory, it is incredible. If the SPX goes here, if we see an acceleration up to here, right? If we see an acceleration up to here, to this zone here, which is possible, I don't know if it will get there, but it's possible, then we will see Bitcoin do its stage 2 of its Wyckoff accumulation, right? Like stage 3, sorry, where you will see massive expansion. The move from where this could go, if the SPX breaks this trend line, will be 135,000. At minimum 130, like around 130 to 135,000, right? It will go there. It will go around. Is it a good idea to buy SPX 500? You can do if you want to, right? It will go there. And you may be asking me, like, where is this going to be coming from? Where is this money going to be coming from? It's going to be the explanation of the M2 money supply. You're going to understand where this money is going to come from. And the fact that everything is quiet right now is your opportunity. To understand that, oh my Lord, when I explain to you, it's going to blow your mind, right? So this very well could, I mean, look, I could be wrong. We could be seeing a full-blown rejection from this trend line, which works in line with the bearish divergence here. We could see it just go down instantly over. But I don't think so. XRP is starting to pump now. Yeah, I'll have a look at that as well. I don't think so. I think this is going to break through. I think this is going to break through. And what's really important, if you might ask, like, where is this going to be going? Let me explain to you, right? If we look at this graph here. If we look at this graph here, not financial, but now tell us about M2 money supply. I will say it's not financial. None of this is just my opinion. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is all like stuff that most people charge for, but I do it for free. But I'm the criminal, right? Yeah, I'm always the criminal because I own the S&P 500, right? Now, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. And this is why I believe that this market will most probably top around November. Between November and December. Like late November, early December, I think that's when the market's going to finish. And the reason why I say, right, if you look at this, is super duper interesting, and most people don't even know about this. If you look at the 1 year high, right, most of the S&P 500 is below the 200 day EMA on the charts, right? When that is the case, there is, how can I say, what is the best? There is on average 21.8% chance that by November, every single one of them will be over that one, which points towards a growth in the S&P 500 up until that point. It only has not happened twice in history, right? And we are repeating history. I know it rhymes and doesn't repeat, but we are repeating history at this present moment. We are on for November highs of the S&P 500. And if the S&P 500 is going to be moving in that direction, then Bitcoin will also follow that. Bitcoin lags behind the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 breaks this line, I assure you, in my humble opinion, the same financial advice, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? It will be moving in this direction. Oh yeah, XPS is gaining momentum right now. Okay, cool. I'll have a look at this. I'll have a look at XRP. No problem, right? I'll have a look at XRP. I'm sure the 2X will play a huge level. It's only 2% up, but whatever. Okay. All right. This will continue in that direction. Now, if we look at a few other things here. Now, also, one more thing that I need everyone to understand. For this to move, you have to watch the DXY or the US dollar index like a hawk. Like a hawk. Because I will explain this to you. I will explain this to you. This point here around the $95, let's say between $95 and $96, between those areas there is going to be fundamental for what I'm saying to happen. If we see something where this comes down and bounces and starts to move back up, it's pretty much game over, right? It's pretty much everything is ending and things will pull back aggressively online with it tapping this line and Bitcoin possibly coming up to all-time high and rejecting down. Maybe to 114, maybe, right? But if the SPX, that's not the one I want. If the SPX goes down, right, there's a little bounce and then breaks down, we're in for banana. Full-blown banana. We're going to be a banana split territory. Because what will make this happen and why I think this will happen, I'm going to explain to you. I know I'm making you guys wait a little bit, but I'm going to explain to you, right? Let me just see one thing. I need to understand whether we're in a good place or not. 1 second. Where are we right now? We have 109. What is going on, man? What's happening? What's happening, huh? What's happening? Now, where are we? So if this breaks down and goes down in this direction, my thesis of what's going to be happening is a given in my mind. If we look at gold, we're getting a bit of a bounce back into range, but I don't think. Look, what we will need from gold. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I would suspect a rejection of the 3,300 level. Right, this could potentially go up as well, especially as the DXY is going down. But I'll explain why that is the case in a second. What is really interesting is that if we look at the USDT dominance, which is basically the mixture between how much money is in crypto assets in relation to stables. Where else are you streaming? No live on X as far as I can see. It should be. Let me have a look. It should be. I just looked a second ago. On YouTube. I'm on YouTube. 1 second. Is it not streaming X? It should be. No, I am live. I'm live on X. Yeah, I'm live on X. I should be live on X. Maybe refresh. What was I saying? But the best place, if everyone is on X, you should go and check out the YouTube and connect it there. Now, look, what's really interesting about the USDT dominance and why this is extremely key, like it's unbelievably key for people to understand, is that at this current moment, we've broken the trend line. Everyone follow group that I was on TikTok. Is his backup account 100? Yeah, exactly. Okay, then I'm just too stupid to use it. If you click on my what's it called? My avatar at the top, you'll see live run. If you click that, you'll go onto my live. What's really interesting right now is that where we are, we've actually technically broken the trend line. If we can get below this midline here, right, which will most probably be around the 4.71, looks like it's going to be a continuation down, which will bode well for crypto, which will bode well for Bitcoin, and eventually alts. Eventually, right? I'm going to explain when alts will start to go parabolic in relation to all of that. Of course, a lot of people are looking at the Bitcoin dominance right now, but alts are only going to pump when we see further liquidity into the market, and that liquidity is going to be wholeheartedly related to excess liquidity in the market. Not just liquidity; it has to be above what is the standard of normality within people who invest into these assets, usually mid to higher end incomes that can do this type of movement. The reason why I say that is because most will be looking into putting are in the money markets at the moment. Most are in still in cash, and and there is some that are in the SPX because they're seeing the potential move forward. What I will explain to you, and look, we're seeing this bit of a pullback, but I highly expect a bounce from the 64.59, which could cause further pain in the markets. The reason why I say that and why I believe that this is going to be moving up is because, look, this is a barometer of the future. The S&P 500 is a full-blown barometer of the future. The barometer of the future in the sense that what I can see you. Thank you so much. Very kind of you, Dalton. Well, the barometer of the future, the reason why I say that is because they front run what they expect is going to happen in the market. The reason why people are buying now, the reason why they're looking at it right now is because they understand where the future is coming, right? Thank you. I don't know where he sees me from. Is he behind me? No, he's got right. This will be the barometer of the future where we're going in that sense. So watch this carefully. Watch this carefully, and most importantly, watch this carefully. Right now, we're getting a bit of a pullback, but you're seeing that alts aren't really moving. A few are moving up, but we're not really talking about huge numbers, like 1 or 2%. Solana's moving up because of the staking thing. Oh, if you guys want to know, I'll get to that, right? So this is not that much big of a thing. This move here is mainly because of a few popcorns that are popping off as we go along. I would not take this seriously. I would say that it's going to come down and test this mark most probably, and then continue back up. This level here, potentially, it could even go up to the 70% level as we go. Now, if we look at Ethereum versus Solana, I mean Bitcoin, we're seeing a bit of a bounce, but I would most probably believe this thing is going to go down, maybe, or possibly test the bottom of this range, which could cause a bit more of movement in the alts. But I'm thinking that this area here could be potentially tested because we have broken structure and we are not really gaining back into those levels. Let's see where this goes. Things could change quite spectacularly especially if we start getting news about staking coming in and various other aspects on that side. But I got a feeling a lot of the liquidity is going to be slowly pulled out of that and put in to Solana, as we see here. By the way, look at that line. It's absolutely perfect. I said 160 yonks and years ago, and it has tapped it. I mean almost perfectly tapped it. Almost. Now this move up, obviously, I don't know if you guys know. I'm almost certain you guys know because you guys are gangsters, right? Is because of the Solana ETF looking like it's going to be approved. At the same time, staking is going to be looks like it's going to be approved, which is going to be giving like a 7% yield on Robinhood, which is nuts because a lot of people have Solana, and if they can stake it with the potential for growth in the future, which will bring its TVL up to astronomical levels, right? Watch Alvarez carefully. Thank you so much. Which will pump it to astronomical levels. Look, I will say this, right? This is going to be very important. Notice that when the ETF of Ethereum came in, it was a sell the news event. Usually these pumps happen before the ETFs happen, right? Don't forget that. What happens is that it pumps into the ETF's announcement, and then it's announced. And once that is over, it will pull back because people will sell that pump. It's really important to understand that. It's very, very key to know that. Keep your wits about you, right? If we were going to look at this in this manner now, if we can see the fair value gap between the two, it's a bit, yeah, about that, right? And if we see where this can potentially go, I would say most probably it could come down to the 55 level and bounce from there. But I think the bounce is from this point. This should move up very, very quickly from this point. I don't see this thing coming down for a while until we get to a bit of clarity on what the market is going to be doing. This thing should continue up. Let's see. There is a possibility it could come down a bit further and possibly test this sort of 154, 155 level, because that is the 50% of the Fibonacci retracement into the fair value gap. So that's a possibility. Let's see. But that is a perfect break of trend and move up in that direction. Now, where are we right now? If we look at the total 3 in relation, look, I mean, it's a perfect bounce from that level. Look at it, almost. It almost came to that level there. Absolutely almost came to that. I mean, technically, we should have drawn a bit of a box. I mean, look, if I draw a box for me, I'm not even looking into the other side. If I drew this, if I drew this as a box, yeah, there we go. It's come into the and then bounced from that zone. I don't know how much of this is going to be a continuation up in the alts. We'll see. We will see where this goes. I will be looking at it possibly coming to the 7.96 million level and rejecting from there. Let's see what happens. I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't trust that for as long as I can throw it. Now, what's really interesting, and this is where something super duper interesting comes into play. We'll just look at something right now. Yeah, something super duper interesting comes into play right now. I'm gonna come to ETH in a second. To me, what's really interesting, what's really interesting is if we look at the previous, in 2021, all-time high, it looks like we total market cap has flipped that, and not only flipped that, but flipped it and confirmed it as support. Not only that, we are way above the 50% Fibonacci replacement of the move. I would be very surprised if this doesn't continue on up to this zone here, breaking that trend. I would be extremely surprised if it doesn't do that, because we have fully tested the previous high. Not only that, we've tried to hold that support, broke a structure, found support on the trend line, came back, and this is a textbook SR flip. Textbook. Absolute textbook. Reaccumulation come, found that as support, and it looks like there is continuation up. We will see, right? You can see that the rejection of that point. When we see a flip of this 3.46, when we see this, we will see massive expansion. I really want everyone to understand this, and I'm just saying, but it should pump after the approval and then sell off when right before it goes live. Usually when it's an announcement, it starts to sell off these ETFs. Remember what happened with ETH? Everyone was, and even me, I got caught up in it as well. I was about to, I was singing its praises, thinking that it's going to do something like the Bitcoin ETF, but it was a massive sell the event, sell the news type of event. If we can flip and it looks like we will. I would not be surprised if we don't do that. If we can flip, hello Marcus, how you doing? If we can flip the 3.45 trillion level, then we're going to be seeing massive expansion. That works also in line with this stage 3 of the Wyckoff schematic. If you guys know, this is an internal wave 3 of the wave 2. Usually this is the biggest move. We could probably possibly see and tap this trend line, which will be around 131 to 132, come back and retest 118, and then possibly what happens here is wholly dependent on M2 and money markets. Now, I'll have a look at Ethereum quickly as well. All right, I'll have a look at Ethereum quickly as well. It's come back into range, which is great. Let me get rid of this 1 second. It's come into the range, which is great, and this looks like there's going to be further continuation. This looks like there's further continuation back up. But if you look at the ETH Bitcoin, it's going to be Bitcoin heavy. So the returns in relation to Bitcoin means that Bitcoin is going to be leading this charge, and the returns from Bitcoin are going to be higher than Ethereum up until we get to this key thing I'm going to be explaining to you guys, right? Now, one more thing that I will explain, one more thing before I go into what I'm going to be my key understanding of what is happening. Let me just get this up as well. If we look at the RSIs on most of the alts, I mean, apart from a few, right, which are just, we're looking at crazy movements at this present moment, above what the standard is. Most are nowhere near the level of move. I will say this: when things are really over, these are normally up here, right? When they're completely overbought, it is nowhere near here, and I'm going to explain where this is going to be moving. Why we are still relatively early in relation to all this kind of thing, right? Where we're going to be seeing some crazy moves, and where potentially the liquidity is going to be coming from. All right. Now, let me put this back, and I'll get back to my explanation of what's going on. And I need to find something first, and then I will explain it. Oh, one more interesting news, so you guys can understand this. What is this thing about Senator Loomis? What's happening here exactly? For years, miners and stakers have been taxed twice. Once they receive a block reward, and again when they sell it. It's time to stop this unfair tax treatment and ensure America is the world's Bitcoin and crypto superpower. I mean, they're literally telling you. I love how they're telling you what is happening. Like, it's actually insane. It's actually insane. What is this? You are good at edging us forever. That's what she said. Sorry. Patrick, man. Yeah. Patrick, you knew that was an easy one, right? Yeah, you knew. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you heard yourself when you did it, right? when you were writing it, were you like, nah. Yeah, send. I'm happy with that sentence. I am completely happy with that sentence. I'm really happy the way that went. That's what I'm going to be. Yeah, I mean, look, you see that the US is full blown, full pistons, steam balling, snow drifting, wrecking ball way through all. Yes, I had to delete the first one. Made it better. Okay, cool, fantastic. All right, okay. Full blown breakthrough. All of the barriers that cause cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, a whole bunch of things to be, to have that regulatory capture and the problematic nature for the economy to grow in that area. They are looking at every angle of this to make this more legitimate, and every single reason of that is the reason why Bitcoin is gaining so much strength and move forward. Now, let me get to the fun stuff. I'm gonna get to the fun stuff now, because I've edged you guys enough. Yeah. Okay. All right. Jesus. Okay. Now to this bad boy. All right. Now to this bad boy. Hi. Why there no TikTok live? It's because the hacker, when I go live, it's easier for him to ban me. That's why. He keeps full blown account botting my my account to try and get it banned. They're trying. There's this person that is this hacker that is trying to full blown ban my account, and he's doing everything possible to get strikes against it. That's why I'm not really pushing in that direction. 1 second. Let me try and get some more. 1 second. Let me edge some more. Let me edge some more before I can. Let me just put this here so I can get. Okay. All right, man. It is so hot in England, right? We shall hack him. Yeah, unfortunately, it's very easy. They're not doing anything of any substance to stop him. I'm talking to my agency. They pushed it up to the higher echelon. They're talking with TikTok directly, like actually with TikTok, and it seems that they just don't care. They genuinely don't care, because they are. Patrick, what do you do? Shut up, man. Because they don't particularly like crypto content. It seems like it works in their favor, so they don't care. They're fully on the board with getting some form of hacker involved, and to try and dissuade people from actually utilizing TikTok. So that's why I'm doing it on here. That's why getting hot in here. It is super hot in England, by the way. 1 second. 1 second. I'm getting slammed with violations. Also, I'm a streamer on TikTok and only do love and positive while I work is done. Yeah, well, that's it. That's how it works, unfortunately. It's dumb. It's absolutely dumb. I still haven't gotten that under the garden ton of... Bro, do you know how much it costs? Do you know how much they wanted from me? 60K. I ain't paying 60K for air conditioning, all right? I'm not going to... I'm cool. It gets hot a week in England. I'm good with that. Because it's someone on the inside to corruption, extortion at the best aid. Yeah, unfortunately. It's so unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Right, let me get to this. The SEC accepts Grayscale application to convert XRP trust into spot ETF. Okay, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. XRP, right, could come to me and go, look, I am the next dollar. Donald Trump has said so. And even then, I'd be like, yeah, but it's XRP. I can't get over it. Maybe it's you talk about Asuri isn't TikTok connected in investment. They don't care. Hello, Dennis. How are you doing, man? Hello. 60K. That's crazy. Yeah, 60K. 60K for end of garden air conditioning. All right. I'm not gonna do that. I'm good. I already paid $7,500 for a stupid pipe because it had to be made out of iron and can't be plastic because like the neighbors, the view from like Google Earth will be looked spoiled or something. Like the pigeons won't be able. They don't like the way it feels according to the ecological aspect of the area, whatever that means. Yeah. XRP to 10k on July the 14th. The switch will be flipped. Oh my God. If XRP gets to 10k, you will never see me on these platforms again. I promise you. What do you mean no sound? Again, high extortion. What do you mean? Yeah, it's UK government regulation. Apparently, I have to ignore me. Dalton, I can never ignore you. You are the king amongst men. I can never ignore you. What are you talking about? Now, should I get to M2 money supply and explain why this is mad? Why this is mad? Does anyone want to understand why this is mad? Right? No one wants to. No one wants to know about. No. All right. The reason why M2 money supply, and it came what XRP is going to 10,000, 100%. It's so honestly, I will have XRP tattooed on my ass if it gets to 10,000, and I'll show it on stream, and I'll create a meme coin called Ass XRP, right? As we have been waiting. Nah, please, explosion coming. All right, okay, I'm gonna explain to you. M2 money supply, as most people. By the way, have you seen how hot it is? Sorry, I'll tell you after. I'll show you afterwards. Right, show you after. M2 money supply is the increase of liquidity within going to Wembley to watch Usyk. Oh, Usyk's at Wembley? When? Usyk's at Wembley? Patrick is about. Patrick should be paying me. Wait, is Usyk it? 1 second. Nah. Wait. Usyk is at Wembley? Usyk, Wembley? When is it? On 19th of July. Cool. That could be interesting. Anyway, back to Dear Lord. I'll pay you honestly. I need personal. No, I'm messing around. Look, anyway, look. What I was saying, look, M2 money supply is literally the increase of liquidity within the market, right? And you'd be wondering, where is this liquidity? And do you want to know how much liquidity there is that's just waiting? At this current level, there's $1.72 trillion worth of liquidity just waiting. And do you know where it's waiting? It's waiting in the money markets. What is happening right now? In relation to where the US economy is, interest rates are high enough for money markets to pull the majority of the liquidity that is coming through M2 money supply, which is basically the description of how much money that is sloshing around in the economy. What's going to happen? And I want not in Trump's pockets. No. It's in money supply. What was today with crypto? Is it squeezing? Yeah, it is. It is squeezing, but I've already explained that. It's recorded. You can check it out. I'll get back to it in a second. It's waiting in my pocket because I broke for the moment. All right, okay. What was I saying? It's currently sitting within money markets. What money markets are short-term liquidity loans that gain a higher yield because interest rates are high. When you have what is on the level of a 5% interest rate level on short-term money market returns, which are usually a leverage bet of that, so it's a higher return of that, there is no reason for this $1.7 to $9 trillion worth of liquidity to flood into crypto, risk-on assets, or into the S&P 500. Do you know what will change that? Can anyone guess what will change that investment vehicle? Can anyone explain that? Anyone explain what would change the flow of money into money markets, the flow of money away from money markets? Have a guess. I want everyone to have a guess. If anyone wants to, very well. Powell doing his business. A rate cut, right? And at this present moment, a rate cut is looking to be between 25 to 50 basis points. I would not be surprised if he doesn't do a 50 basis points cut, right? If he does a 50 basis point cut, right? All the money will move away from the money markets into assets because the returns will be greater than the short-term money markets will give it. So we are going to be seeing, within reason of 1.5 to $2 trillion worth of liquidity coming into the markets. And if we combine that with Trump's beautiful bill that will cause a cut to the wealthiest level, that will be moving the money into these assets, it will bring in astronomical money, not only into the S&P 500, which if you look carefully, if you understand what I'm talking about, the S&P 500, which can do that, but it will also bring excess money to go into Bitcoin, and most importantly for everyone here, altcoins. Do we understand what I'm saying right now? We don't need QE. We don't need QE. QE will be afterburner. QE will be like nitrous oxide for a what they call it, a 10-second car. I don't understand what that means. I watched Too Fast, Too Furious the other day. It was like, yeah, you owe me a 10-second car. I'm like, is that fast? I don't know. I don't know if that's is that fast? Do you understand what when my professor told me? I mean, he didn't tell me about the alt. I added that bit on. But when my professor told me that, I was like, damn. Have you heard this anywhere before? Have you heard this anywhere before? I feel like no one is talking about this. 10 seconds in a quarter mile is the meaning. 10 seconds in a quarter mile. I don't know, is that fast? Just called the top on time, man. Just kidding. Always doing my own research. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. So this is where we are right now. We are in a position, and that is why the S&P 500 is rallying, because it's seeing where the future is coming. Because people know where the money is going to be coming into. Back in the day, it was fast. All right, okay. I don't know how fast that means. I mean, I have a fast car. I don't know if that's a 10-second car. I mean, I can look at it. I don't know, whatever. That's where the market is going. That's where the economy is going. We will not need, like, check dates for rate cuts and check Bitcoin. There's rate cuts going to be in July and September. I haven't even finished yet. I would say by September, 100%. 100% there's going to be a rate cut. But that won't matter. It's not the rate cut that will do it. It's the sentiment to the rate cut. And I promise you, right? I promise you by July, Powell will have a extremely dovish meeting. That alone will pump the markets. Because you need to understand, remember when I said a little birdie told me, that that Powell stated that June, July is going to be the key point for him to see whether these tariffs are actually causing inflation or unemployment. So the first week of July, that data there, if it shows a normal or even a reduction in not only inflation and in actual an increase in jobs created and a leveling out of on jobless claims, then July's meeting will be incredibly dovish, and that alone will pump the markets. Unless he has a meeting with Nancy Pelosi. Watch Nancy Pelosi. Watch her carefully. She's buying everything, right? That is what's going to be happening. That is what's going to be happening. It's fast, but that's what she said. Maybe that's what's going on. That is going to be the key fundamental movement, and that's why M2 money supply is so important. But in the way that most people don't even understand why it's so important. People don't get the understanding of where this money is. Yeah, M2 money supply is moving up, and Bitcoin is somewhat following that, but Bitcoin isn't following M2 money supply. It's following the SPX. People are seeing the writing on the wall. They know this is coming, and they know that there is going to be a massive flood into this industry. Where is this money going to go when you're not only are you having massive deflation in the dollar, they're not going to keep it in the dollar. That I promise you. They will not keep it in the dollar unless something spectacular happens. If the Fed still keeps its hawkish sentiment and does not want to push, then this will bounce and go back up, and we're in upper S Creek. Don't get me wrong. There is no real 100% guarantees here, but this is what I am seeing from the charts. This is what makes sense to me. And when there is a econometrics professor at LSE telling me this, I am going to listen to him. Everyone who have made until then will have deserved it. The past 1.5 years has been wild. Yep. Nancy is like a billion years old. I'm almost certain Nancy Pelosi isn't alive. She's just being kept alive by the S&P 500. I think she has such good investment ability that the universe is keeping her alive, or Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley. I think Morgan Stanley is paying for the magic to keep her alive, because it doesn't make sense any other way. Because, lady, you've made enough money, man. Just enough. If you need to count the years to how long it's left, if you need to count the years to how long is left, bruh, enough. She's an illegal alien. No. Peachy. She's not illegal. Remove that. She is an alien. I think is the better way to describe it. She's a full-blown alien. She's an alien in New York. She's an alien. She's Nancy Pelosi alien. Do you like my singing voice? Is it soothing? Crazy, right? With her 200k yearly salary. I know, right? It's the yearly salary that makes her the money, of course. I love her interview. Her interview, right? When are you entering the I've been in Nvidia, Tesla, and Nvidia, Tesla, and what was the other one? Palantir, since it dipped, since around here. So I'm mega up at the moment. I am unbelievably up. Is there a certain number or info coming out? Yeah, in the first week. First week, don't quit your day job. You're talking to me. Thanks, man. That's kind. You said even more. What do you mean? Oh yeah, even more. Right, even more. In September, the U.S. government is doing the largest sale of its debt in the year, which is in essence refinancing its debt. Everything right now is all coalescing into this rate cut. And if Powell does not cut or do any type of sentiment where he's going to go dovish, I don't know what will happen to him. it will be full blown political. There is no way I believe in any sense of the word that this thing is not political. Your singing voice, I mean. Ah, right. Okay. Thank you very much, Christopher. It's very kind of you. Some might say that it's a terrible voice. I would tend to agree with that. So I don't know why I'm saying it in this tone as if there is a counterpart to what I'm saying, but I agree with you. But it's probably true. I mean, if you really think about it, I really can't sing. Right. So no, but seriously, it's very kind of you to agree with how bad my voice is. Right. So that's where we are right now. At this present moment, we're in a unique scenario where a lot of things are coming to a crescendo. Lucky or cute? I'm not cute. I am handsome. All right, Christopher. Let's not sort of like underestimate how good looking I am. Uh, so yeah, that's that's the situation where we are right now, and I think there's gonna be some serious moves. Look, as I will say, I want everyone to understand this fact, right? By the way, you want to know how hot it is in England? You guys want to know how hot it is in England? Do you want me to give you a visual representation of how unbelievably hot it is in England? Where's the other chat with all those comments? What on TikTok? Yeah, I'm not doing on TikTok because there is a hacker that every time I go on live, he bans my account. So I'm not doing that anymore for a while. I'm in contact with my agency, who is in contact with their upper heads and all that kind of stuff. So let's see where it goes. You guys want to see how hot it is in England? Seriously, you should know that we appreciate your info and you're fun to watch. Ah, thank you so much, Christopher. You forgot the handsome part, but it's pretty nice. No. I have a visual representation of how insanely hot it is in England. I left a pen in my car, right? What in the... Look at this thing. What the hell is that? What is that? That is an unhappy bunny. I mean, like, it should be more like that, but like, it's an unhappy bunny. And if that was enough, it has a friend. Look at this thing. I've never seen that before. You can easily do scrambled eggs on your... Yeah, I know. I've been in Dubai. In Dubai, this doesn't happen. I don't know what is... I'm sorry, I know I'm showing you pens. Hey, Alvarez. Hey, Nick. Look at this thing. Yes, 100% greatly appreciate your information and kindness, red awareness on this. I'm not new. Thank you for... yeah, Patrick, man, you don't have to thank me at all. No one has to thank me. It's all good. It's all good. But what is interesting is that I don't quite understand how that's happened. Anyway, I'm showing you a pen. Come to Estonia. We had hell yesterday, max 18 degrees. I mean, I don't hate it that much. It looks like it had fun and it's done. No, it's not done. It's ready. It's ready, Christopher. You should know. Anyway, whatever. Oh, also, also, right? I want to right? I want to say something. You guys know that I've been showing about this Bella Baba stuff, right? I saw your TikTok was banned yesterday. I decided to follow you next. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I got it back, but the guy is still threatening and trying to extort me. So whatever. I'm gonna be doing my lives in this manner. Why'd you microwave your pen? I didn't microwave my pen. It's naturally this way. All right. I don't need no microwave for my pen to look like this. All right. This is natural. Anyway, so so I've been talking about Bella Baba for a while, right? Uh, I've got something even cooler for you guys, right? If you haven't signed up already, I might be able to get you into their pre-sale of the launch of their token. I'm going to be dropping a referral code into my chat, and I'll put it in. If you go to the description of the video on the bottom, you'll see that. In fact, is it there? I will put it there, right? I'll put it in the description. If you guys go there, I'm going to drop a referral code in there, and the people who utilize that code and open up an account here, it's free of charge to do so. It's only free for the month, right? You'll be able to enter and access their pre-sale of their token. This is a certified neobank with that has what's it called? Which has agreements with Visa and MasterCard. They've already been vetted that way. They have international agreements, and on top of that, they're coming out with a non-KYC credit card. And on top of that, if you guys come into my group, the Learn by Alvarez group, right? People can put it into the chat. If anyone can put the link into the chat, that would be amazing, right? If you guys put a go there, in fact, let me show you. Let me show you my channel. I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna explain something really interesting to you guys, which will blow your mind, right? Which will blow your mind. Right, if you go to Learn by Alvarez, this is the group here, right? Learn by Alvarez. Let me just show you. Learn by Alvarez, right? Learn_by_Alvarez. And you go into the useful links, right? I'm going to be dropping not only the referral code, but I'm going to be starting a chat where I will show you how to get I'll show you how to get something very, very cool that I can't explain on here. Something very cool. Like really cool. I couldn't believe it when it happened, but really cool. But as I said, if you use that referral code and all that kind of stuff, which I'm going to be putting in there, I'm probably be showing in my next live as well. You guys will be most probably entering into the pre-sale of their token. And this is a bank we're talking about, right? We're talking about real serious things here. So yeah, go check them out, see what it is, have a look around, play around, and we can go from there. Also, on another note, right, tomorrow I will be going live on Pumped Up Fun, and I'm going to be starting a bit of a competition for Fat Cat, right? And it's going to involve aggregator. Anyone that utilizes the aggregator to swap into Fat Cat will be getting into a raffle where they'll be winning a $100. This will be moving on a daily basis now. So every time we go into Pop Up Fun, I will start the competition, and the aggregator will track who's done the buys and who hasn't done the buys, and anyone there will be earning a chance to get into the giveaway. We will also be doing lives at the same time on Pumped Up Fun from now on, so you can talk about the project and get things moving in that direction. And also on top of that, we have 3 spaces booked on some large creators that will be working in that direction. Also, for the whales, there is 2 projects that I might be able to get you guys into. Where's the Learn by Alvarez? In Telegram. It's on Telegram. So everyone on Telegram, or if you want, just comment underneath this, the chat on YouTube or on X, and I will put it in there so you guys can link up to there and we can have that chat and I can show you some cool, interesting things that are going on. I've opened it up. I'm using it right now, and I'm using it in a very cool way as well. It's a super duper cool way. It's on my Apple Pay. What you can technically do is literally put money into your USDT wallet, put it onto a card, and spend it in real life. It's awesome. And then once you open that and get that thing sorted out, this will only go through only work when I give you my referral link. It'll give you that type of thing, and it will then put you into a group where you'll be able to access this pre-sale that will be happening in their token. No one talks about this. No one's knowing about this. This is really underneath the radar. When it happens, it's going to be huge, right? Hopefully, there's going to be some real big creators going to be pushing this as well, so you guys will get first whack at it as we go along at a heavily reduced price of their launch. That's that. I'm also, where do I buy Fat Cat? Just go on to the fatcat.social. You got it here. Look, fatcat.social. If you search on Google fatcat.social, you'll come up to this. This is our community token. You just go from here. You go to the aggregator, the Fat aggregator, and then this gives you ability not only to swap it into Fat Cat. You can go from like Ethereum. Let's go into Fat Cat, right? You can swap anything into Fat Cat. If you have any dead, don't find it on my exchange bits. No, you need to be in a wallet. So you need to be on any wallet will do it. You can't find it in you can't. It's not from an exchange. You do it from a wallet. It has to be a wallet that can hold Solana, because Fat Cat is on Solana. So any wallet to Solana. What you can do here as well, when you connect the wallet, you can connect several wallets at the same time. So you can connect a MetaMask wallet or Coinbase wallet, and at the same time you can connect the Phantom. What you can do is, if you have Ethereum on your MetaMask, all right, like here, it will take the Ethereum from your MetaMask, and when you swap it to Fat Cat, it will put it into your Solana. It'll ask you on the bottom where the Solana will be. You'll press that, where the destination will go. You press that, and it will send it to your Solana. It's very, very, very well designed and built. This thing, it's wild. So everyone from there will be utilizing that, and anyone that can get into it, we'll show it on the live anyway. I'll show you how it works and all that kind of stuff, and we can build it in that direction. That's the way all that we're going. That will be happening tomorrow. So tomorrow that will be going on there, and factors on that side. Right, now to your questions. I'll look at a few things. By the way, are you guys enjoying this new type of live that I'm doing, rather than just talking to a screen, showing what I'm thinking, showing my theories and all that type of stuff? Coinbase is cancelling its wallet on the 7th of July. Oh, nice, fantastic. That's kind of them. That's kind of them. More importantly, right? The format is great. Just sad that TT is screwing up that much. Yeah, it's messed up. It's messed up. Thank you very much. No, you don't have to thank me. I'm just asking anything that you want me to add, anything you want me to change. If you guys can also share and like, because like, you know, when you're on X and you're on YouTube, liking and sharing and commenting, if you guys don't mind terribly, even if it's like, yo, we like what you do, all that kind of stuff, maybe pressing the bell button, all that kind of thing really is helpful for the algorithm, so we can grow in that way. Thank you so much for the yes. But most importantly, and this is really, really important, I want everyone to really understand. Have you seen what it did to the pen? Look at that. Look at that. Sorry. But like, seriously. It's very ergonomic though. Like, it fits the hand perfectly. It's like, you know, it's like one of those pens that you pay like $30-40 and you'll be like, wow. Okay, I like that too much. Anyway, cool. That's the thing. I'm glad that you like this way more. I'm giving you all the information that I have, what I'm thinking, where my theories are. Nature is brutal. Wow, Peachy, that was deep. It was deep. XRP is broke through 230. How long did you sit on that pen? No, I did not. My buttocks are not this small, right? I have very powerful. I'll leave the rest of that. Let's look at XRP. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. Where is XRP here? All right, let's have a look at XRP. Ooh, cool, it's moving. Yeah, nice. It's a nice little break. XRP moves on news, right? XRP is a full-blown news junkie. It loves its news. Yeah, let's just do. Yeah, it loves its news, right? It thrives on news. So we'll see. Let's see. Let's see. The key number for XRP right now, it just needs to break that. If it can break the 233. If it can break the 233, then we will see some form of, man, I was working outside today. Oh my lord, how did you do that, man? How did you do that? That's insane. That's insane. How you work outside at this weather. Like, I'm melting right now. Like, I had a moment today where I was like, should I call this air conditioning guy? I said, by the time they do it, it's gonna be winter, right? But by next year, is 60K worth not sweating a little bit? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, look, that's the level for XRP. We'll see. We'll see where it's going. I mean, XRP at this present moment is full range bound. We're looking at full range bound. We're looking at it's full range bound at the moment. In fact, that's not even the range. That's the range. So it's looking good. It's looking good. Let's see if it can break that and this level. But I got a feeling this thing could come back down to the Monday range. So around the 2.25. Hey, Rez, can you see Cardano? And I think it is still on discount. What, 60K for Aircon? Yeah, because they have to dig up the garden. They have to bring it underneath the garden. It's my area thing. Maidavale has a lot of, especially in my area, Maidavale. They have it's a like somewhat conservation area type of thing. I don't know. You're not allowed to put any external condensers or any type of holes on the outside, because it, like, hurts the neighbor's eyes or something. Get a Dyson fan. Your Dyson fan just blows hot air. I got a I bought 2 air conditioners downstairs, so one in the bedroom and then the AC garden story is the best. Yeah, what it is. So I bought 2 portable air conditioners, one for the bed, one for our bedroom, the other one for the living room. The other 2 bedrooms, no one's there anyway, so who cares? Well, they can just it's in the basement. I mean, like the first floor, so they don't get too hot. But our one is on the I better get that ink ready for yeah, the house. So it's an old school house, right? Where the kitchen, living room, and the main bedroom is on the first floor. So there's like the entrance floor where there's 2 bedrooms, 2 large bedrooms with en suites, right? And that's where the garden. It's such a weird house, but it's cool, right? And upstairs we have our living room, and on the on-chain says they're live. They're live on ETH, not Solana. They're live on ETH. The Solana's coming. I've already talked to him. He's got to let us know when he needs testers. Any signs on us being there? Yeah, we're definitely on on-chain. 100%. I've talked to him several times. They haven't just launched the Solana bit. Yeah, it's live on ETH. They will pedestrianize a Norwich city centre before you get aircon. No, I have got portable, right? Now I have one. I have one in our bedroom, right? I mean, our bedroom's quite large. It's a large bedroom, and it kind of it kind of cools it down. It's cooler, right? And our living room, I have like this. I bought this. It's like as tall as me, right? It's this big thing. Like it's big. That cools the living room down really well, really well. That's kind of, although a bit loud. It's a bit loud, and I can put it. And I got a builder like this. We've got a guy that looks after our house. Build this like slot that kind of fits into the window, and there's this thing, and there's just like, wow. I think I could hang meat in my living room. I'm not joking. Like full blown hang meat, right? That's going on. That's pretty cool. That's good. Bedroom I need to sort out. I might get another one for the bedroom. I don't know how we're gonna sleep though. But yeah, that's it. But upstairs, I don't know how to do it. In our loft conversion, we have 2 bedrooms in a loft conversion, and I don't know how to do it. There is nothing we can do. Maybe I can get like a out the top window. I just don't know how to do it. Every air conditioning guy I've spoken to, they say that you have to put a hole on to the outside, and the council won't allow it. It's like a 10K fine. And the thing is, my neighbors are all lovely people. They're really lovely people. So lovely that when I was having the extension done downstairs, someone came and measured my extension. So I'm not joking. I had someone come and measure my extension downstairs when it was being done. Because according to the plans I put into the planning permission, my neighbor found out and was like, are you making sure that you were compliant? So yeah, they would notice a hole. Yeah, so that's the thing. 10K fine and then done. No, 10K fine. No, they'll give you a opportunity to fix it. If you don't fix it, they'll fine you. And if you still don't fix it, they'll take you to court and fine you even more. And then so yeah. But that the 60K one would be whole house. No, I can't. Too much information. It's never too much info. Never too much info. Have you seen this pen? It's never too much info. Sounds like fun. Yeah. People need to get a life. Alright. This is England. Alright? The life is being in your business. Did they come around a lot to measure extension? I mean, it is quite a large extension. Some might say impressive. Some might say it's a very, very impressive extension. So, people don't believe it sometimes when I tell them. And they go, no, I need to measure it. What do you think about near protocol? Let's have a look at near protocol. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, like, don't... after banana zone, 60K, no problem whatsoever. I know you could probably afford it, but it's not about afford. I can afford it. It's not the if I can afford it or not. It's just I don't want to give 60K for air conditioning. I mean, we will use it maybe 2 weeks of the year. I'm old fashioned that way. I have no problem spending on, like, if it was like a watch or like a car or like a insane holiday, but it would make my life a lot easier. Anyway, we'll see. Whatever. Where was I? It's okay. Look, it's being rejected. 60K cheap. No, but they have to dig up the hole. It's a lot of work. When they were explaining it to me, when a builder explains something and it's going more than 5 minutes, you're like, oh man, this could be expensive. Like, I said air conditioning, and they were like, all right, according to this regulation, you need to do a channel, and you have to bring it down to there and put like a special mesh so it doesn't, affect squirrels or something, right? So it can take the air from there, but it has to be planted around trees so it can hide the look of it, and then it will take the air from there, take it underneath the house, and then getting it into a substation, and from the substation they will need to build the vents into the property, and because it's an older property, they'll need to basically cut out a whole bunch of things to put these vents into, and then you'll have to bring a centralized electrical system down to be able to have zoning air conditioning depending in the and I was like, oh my god. Just stop talking. Stop talking. Anyway, my whole ethos on how, if I'm going to do this or not, is how uncomfortable my wife is. She's in a very air conditioned living room right now, so I think I'm good. Right? Near is okay. Look, I like near. Near for the longer run, I think it's going to be doing very well. I have near, although it's coming to the area where I've bought this thing, which is amazing, right? And I think AI is going to be a key runner when these things actually move. Sounds like a headache. It's a bit of a headache. And that's what I'm thinking. It's like by the time it's done, it's gonna be winter. So, and I'll probably be on a holiday somewhere. So who cares? Yeah. So yeah, that's the situation right now. I mean, near is rejecting off its trend line. If we look, although it is holding its support quite well. It is holding its support quite well. What's the 4 hour look like? That looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty good. One second. That looks pretty good. I would say this about near. It's hard to say, but like, okay. I would say this about near, right? That's a key pivot zone. If we put the... Yeah, see, look, perfect bounce off the 50% zone. This looks pretty good, right? It looks like it's holding a very key support. You see how I drew that line, and the fib almost hits the 382 quite well. And it's bounced off the 50% zone, which shows good strength. This could possibly retest that trend line. I mean, it's very clear. Look, the near levels are very clear. Look, that's one. That's another, right? So you see the levels. Look, it looks like it's holding that level quite well. The next level it needs to break above. If near can break above the 2.24, that's a very, in my opinion, relatively safe move up. That's what I would say. But can you have portable ACs? You are just not allowed to use it. Yeah, so I have portable ACs. I have an AC in my bedroom, the smaller one, and I have I'm going to say industrial air conditioning. I'm going to say industrial. It's as tall as me, right? It's a standing thing that I've rented this thing. So I haven't bought it. I actually rented the one in the living room because I wasn't going to pay 5K for a standing thing, right? So, and yeah, so these are the levels. Look at near. So it's good. It's held its 50% line, which is great. That's usually a sign of strength and a rally from there. It's above its 382, which is still holding, which is great. And most importantly, it looks like it's broken a key level of resistance into support. If the day candle closes above this level, above the 2.165, then it would dictate a continuation and possible test of this zone at the 2.238. If that rejects, then we could see a further pullback, possibly pull back and retest of this zone around the 2.112. But if it breaks through, if it breaks this, I would be a buyer of near. If it breaks that, would be a buyer of near, and then there's a potential 2 points of profit taking at the 2.381, and then I would say, yeah, then I would say around the 2.7. So it could move quite aggressively there, but be careful. I see liquidity moving into Bitcoin quite aggressively. Again, remember, we could see a pullback down into the 106 level. We could see a pullback there. It also works perfectly in line with the 21-day EMA, as the liquidation levels there are large. There is liquidity there. So a pullback into there, in my opinion, will be a buy. Would be a buy zone. I will be buying heavily there. Hedging my bets and for this to continue further on in that direction. Anything else? Floki is my coin taken at coin at the moment. Can you have a look at it, please? Of course. Again, guys, please, I appreciate it if you can comment, just like and comment. It really helps with the algorithm, gets more people into here, and it means a lot for everyone that is working in this direction. Right, let's look at Floki. Man, I remember Floki. My God. Memes are going to be doing some crazy things, by the way. I'm telling you. Memes that are holding, memes that are holding right now, that are showing strength in this type of environment, right? Hence, Fat Cat, for example, right? People, you can put that into the comments. The thing, you can actually buy Fat Cat from the website. It's holding beautifully at this present moment. I'm telling you, like once this liquidity comes back into the market, these things are going to go to insanity. These aren't moments where you should be sleeping because everyone is sleeping at the moment. You sleep at these moments and then regret it when the other when everyone's asking me, is it too late to buy? You don't want to be in the too late to buy level. That's what I will say. All right, let's have a look at this. Is there a dollar, US dollar one? Don't like Bitstamp. Let's go Binance. Binance is good. Right. So let's see. Where is it on the daily? Not bad. Not bad. Look. Really, really important. Like this level there is very important. You can see. Can you check Moondang? I'll check out Moondang. This level is really important. It looks like it's flipping that zone, which is a good thing, right? You see, it's really easy to find levels of support, right? These are key levels of support that it's at. Many levels of interaction around this level, right? We look at the levels on the daily. Yep, it's tapped them on the head, come back and settle down on the previous Monday mid. This should form continuation. Yeah, this should show some continuation up. If this can hold this, all right, 7627 or 7263 area, if it can hold that, right, if it can hold that, this will continue up. But I will say one thing, right? I will say one thing about this. This is pure market maker move. Hello, Carmen. Hello, pleasure having you here. Or for all the new people, welcome. For all the people that are old, you know, you're welcome. No, I'm joking. I'm messing her. I'm messing her. No, seriously, I really appreciate you all being here. Right, let me just check let me see how welcome you guys are. Let me see how welcome you guys are. Oh, two more people. You guys are making me blush. Oh wow, you guys are making me blush. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult to like find it and stuff. No. Where are we right now? Will meme coins go up before altcoins? Usually it's it will cascade down from you know, we're old news. You're not old news. You guys are champ. Oh look, it's moving. Usually the most, if you're in the top 40, right? Evening Chief, what's the news this evening? Thank you so much, Lone Granger. We're almost ending. But you can, guys, this is all recorded, so you can check. Make sure you follow, like, and do all that jazz. And put the bell on YouTube, because you'll know that when I'm coming on, it'll pop up. Usually the way this will work, right, is the top 40 coins will gain liquidity first, and then it will move into to memes. But I will say this, right? Memes will always, especially in this run, do the biggest moves. I will promise you, right? I know I keep talking about Fat Cat. I know it. I know that everyone's like, oh yeah, but you're talking about Fat Cat. Or why is this not working? Hello, yeah. I know you guys are talking about it all the time, but I'm telling you. I even did it in my ex. Name me one other project that not only has a bot, right? That is a business to business aspect, right? Not only does it have NFTs that have utility all the way through the whole thing at a very reasonable price. Not only does it have an aggregator, and most importantly, there's a most importantly part as well, Right? You guys need to really understand this. There aren't many projects that have all of this utility, right? Have an amazing community, absolutely out of this world community, and at the same time is holding its level and strength throughout all of this crap that's going on, where there is the lowest sentiment that you can imagine in this market, and that low sentiment, right, is going to be, will change. There'll be a point where it changes, and when it changes, oh boy, is it going to change. I will say this, right, and I will say this about these type of graphs, right, because I can see what they're doing. I can see what they're doing here. These movements that you see, these big jumps and then pullbacks, this is a market maker. It's something called counter trading, right? And I'm giving you like real inside information now, right? Tell me now what's coming soon. Yeah, we'll see. There's something called counter trading. This counter trade, what happens is that to do this, Floki themselves put money into the coin. So it pumps it up. People then will get in at the top, and then they will counter trade it down, which means they'll sell to gain that money. Then they will use that money that they've taken from this, and with the money they have here, pump it in again. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And then when it gets to a point where they've built up enough liquidity, they will dump it back to this point here. Be very careful right now. Until there is full-blown liquidity into the market, right? And I'm giving you guys inside information here. I'm going to say this to you right now. No one that you follow, and I mean no one that you follow, has been in a scenario where they've been in projects in the full spread of what they do, what they use, how they use it, what type of market makers they use, what kind of KOLs they use, what kind of shady things that they do, a whole bunch of stuff. I know all of it because I've been privy to all of that. It's part of my other business that I have. I know everything. I'm telling you guys straight out. I'm telling you how it is. Be careful with movements like this. It's the same on XRP as well, right? I want to tell you something about XRP. This move that you see, XRP has a market maker. I promise you XRP has a market maker. Sorry, I'm going to drink some water. My Floki was at 0.6. Yeah, fine, cool. Look, you can play it. Play the market, but just be understanding what happens. XRP did that. 50% of the money, maybe 60% of the money was XRP putting it into it. If this dips back down to the Monday range, I would be highly surprised if it doesn't do that. If it doesn't come back and test this 2.25 area, Fat Cat can be trusted. It's my biggest investment. Yeah, I mean, look, there's none of that shady stuff going on with Fat Cat. I've made sure that's not the case, right? But I'll say you this, right? Just be careful. These movements like this, look, you see it here. You see it here. Look. You see it here. Big injection by XRP. That is all market buys. They counter trade it down, right? They know that it's most people will be purchasing around the 50% level. It will dip down, possibly to 618. 50% important, but 618 is a definite buy zone. They will bounce it down to there, and they'll start injecting money in again. That is them injecting and them taking profits. Then you see a big news that comes out that, oh yeah, XRP is doing that. This is mainly them. That is mainly them. 50% of this is mainly them. The rest is that, and then you'll see this. They'll take profits back to here. This is real insider stuff that I'm telling you. I shouldn't actually be telling you this, but whatever, because I'm the one that TikTok doesn't like, right? Not all the other 3 million types of Alvarez's there. Honestly, hilarious, absolute hilarious. Right, what's going on here? One second. Yeah, that's the situation. Can you have a look at Sui? All right, I'll have a look at Sui and then I have to get going. Because, you know, I'm melting and air conditioning is calling me. All right, let's look at Sui. Sui looks good. Yeah, Sui looks good. If, look. All right. God, these movements are so predictive, bro. What about Dogecoin? Many speculations about Trump top holders. I will say this, right? Any speculations and things like that. Best inside info. Thank you. Of course, man. You tell me a coin and I'll tell you if they're playing around or not. I've seen it a million times before, right? All right, let's look at this. Let's do the same thing. It's really easy. When things are playing, look, Sui, all right? Thank you for today, Mr. Alvarez. Have a good evening. Thank you so much, Christopher. I'm going to get going as well. Sui, it's come and retest a Monday mid, right? Monday range mid, which means that if this can break through and regain above the 50% level, you see, look, you know when you start to get to understanding the markets, right? Understanding graphs. You draw that fib and you see the 200-day EMA is sitting perfectly at the 50% level of the fib. If Sui crosses the 2.8327, it will run. That's when I will get in. In fact, here, look. I'm even going to put an alarm here. There you go. Alert an alarm too bad. There we go. If it crosses that and holds that support, that's where it'll go. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Peachy, much love you. You're amazing. Absolutely incredible, right? You're one of the core teams. Everyone, if you ever see Peachy's channel or X or anything like that, follow her. She's an incredible human being. Yeah, that's it. That's the way you look at it. Really simple, really easy. Look at those levels, work it in the way that I stated to you, and you'll be fine. 50% level is very key. 50% level also aligns perfectly with the mid-range and the 200-day EMA. That level there is a strong level of resistance. It will most probably pull back, possibly, if we look at the 4-hourly, possibly. No, I think tomorrow it could reclaim this Monday mid and possibly hit the 0.5. Let's see. That's a possibility. It's looking strong. It's already come back and retested the key level here. We'll see. All right. Thank you. Appreciate your comment. No, you are. You're an incredible human being. Thanks a ton. Of course. All right, guys. Look, love, affection, all that kind of stuff. And I will catch you guys later. If you want me to add anything, if you want me to, if you want to see anything, put it into the comments. I'll read every comment, reply to every comment, and I'll bake it into my video live tomorrow. I will be doing a video about the M2 money supply as well on YouTube. So please watch that, like, comment, and all that kind of jazz. It really helps a lot. Honestly, you guys are amazing and incredible. All right. And if you start hearing things about the M2 money supply tomorrow on TikTok and everything else, you'll know where it's coming from. Because, you know, I'm sure there's people here, other creators that listen to my lives and go, that's an interesting theory. Let me just do a controversy theory thing. All right, guys, take care. Good night. Say hello to my little friend, and I'll catch